Hi, welcome to the small shed. This week we're back doing some proper woodworking again. See you in a minute. Now my wife's putting a lot of seeds in at the moment for growing stuff for the summer, fruit and veg and flowers, and she wanted something to compress the compost down in the pots, the square trays and the round flower pots. So I said I'd make some little wooden tampers just to help just compress it before she puts the seed on. See how we get on with it. Right, so we need to get a block of wood roughly 4.5 by 3, I think. Got this bit of oak that's the offcut from the battens I did the other day for my wife, and it's pretty good on one side, the other side wants planing, and of course the planer thickness is dead, so we're back to hand planing again. Must take this plane to bits one day and give it a good clean and refurbish. It's looking a bit poorly, but it does cut nicely. There we go. Not ideal, but keeps me fit. Let's try and mark a piece out now. As I say, I need about 3.5 probably wide by about 5.5 maybe, I don't know. We'll just chop a piece off the end, I think, and then we can work with that. Put a little handle on the back. I wanted to do a round one as well, so I might cut another piece off. We can turn that up in the lathe. Now what I need to do before I put a handle on is radius the corners, and then I think I'll just put a small radius on the underneath and the top edge, just again to take the nasty edges off it. So we'll use the little router, little trim router for that, and I'll just take those edges, the corners off on the belt sander. That's the oak tamper sorted. Need to put a handle on it of some sort, I'm not quite sure what yet. I've got to make a circular one as well, which I'll just trim up with a bandsaw and put on the lathe, I think, and do that. I think I'm going for my favourite combination of walnut and oak. For the handle I'll put walnut one on. And I think all it probably needs is something sort of shorter than that, but like that, with a couple of grooves in the side, just where you can put your fingers. Just screw that on from underneath. got a setup for the groove. I hope it's sort of legitimate. It seems to be okay. Put myself a fence in to get me the right distance away. That's all clamped down, the piece is clamped down, and I've got a stop mark and a finish mark, start mark and a finish mark, sorry, and a little ball end cutter in here, so we'll see what happens as we go along. Yeah, seems okay. Just wants to go a bit further along, I think. If I do that on either side, what I'll do is I'll mark on the table where the actual piece is, and then all I need to do now is measure how far away it is there from the end, which is 10 mil, how far away it is there, which is 17, so I need to add 7 mil onto that stop there, take it to there, it should do the job. Good. And I can release that without affecting anything else. Put it back where the marks are. Clamp it up and hopefully repeat the exercise without marking out. Great. Just gives me something to just grab onto. I'll round the edges off now all the way around, but I'm quite pleased with that. So that's got me pretty much the two bits I need. Need a little bit of a light sand, but it's now hopefully something that's nice to pick up. Right, I've got the circular blank now. I've just put it in the lathe. I'm just going to just turn the edges down and round over the top edge. Nothing more or nothing less than that for it. I'm just going to put a little bit of epoxy resin now onto these pieces to stick them together. I'll probably put a couple of screws in, well, I will put a couple of screws in the handle of the square one. and then once that's done we can move on and get some finish on. Give it a sand when it's completed. Just get that into there. Use this quick drying stuff that I've got from Wilko. It's touch dry in about 10 or 15 minutes. It says an hour, but it's usually dry much quicker than that. That's it, that's finished those. They've burnished up nicely as ever with that finish. Just go off and get my wife to give them a try out and see if they're the right size, but once again I think we've got something that's been useful to make. Well, that seems to have gone well. We've got some things that will hopefully help her along her way, and the early results seem quite promising. We seem to have got a few seeds up already, and hopefully they'll all help make the garden look a little bit better. Probably in the next week or two I'll be out in the garden helping her and getting some of these things in, and we'll have a look at that as well on one of the Saturday ones. So I hope it was of interest, and I look forward to seeing you next week. We'll be doing something different. I'll see you then. Bye.